Ariel, kick off our week. It's your tip today.
Happy to. Thank you for the honor. Today's tip is that if you are participating in selling things on Facebook Marketplace, if you add a video to your listing, you are going to get a lot more clicks. I had a listing up there for a while that just had a few photos. I thought the photos were fine, but then I decided to put a video up, and all of a sudden I got like hundreds more clicks and like tens more DMs and responses and things like that. And I was able to sell the thing that I was selling. So obviously, this is the case because Facebook is pushing for you to create video and put it on there, but take advantage of that.
Do you think that this is similar to the pivot to video moment of Facebook, where they're just sort of like screwing us algorithmically and we're just playing into their hands?
I'll do what they need in order to get rid of the extra 3 tables that I have in my apartment for now.
Honestly, that's a great answer to that question. Everybody, that's Monday. We'll be back tomorrow with another daily tip that may or may not help you.
Ned, in our discussion of our daily tips that may or may not help you when we're planning out content, you mentioned that this tip helped you today. So what is the tip of the day?
Yes, though I hate the word content. So when we're planning out media, today's tip is at the top of your day, put 15 minutes on your calendar to schedule the tasks for the day. I have a task list that's quite long. I know I'm not going to get through it all in a day, and sometimes I'm never quite sure what to do next. But at the top of my day, if over my coffee, I put my tasks I'm going to try to do today in a list, that gives me clarity on what to do next when I finish the task that I'm working on. If I finish all of them early, it means that I can look to the rest of the week. And if I don't finish them all, it means I know I have to be better about planning my day the next day. So open your day with putting all of the tasks you're going to try to do today in a list somewhere so that you have something to work on throughout the day. That's the tip.
And then close the day by listening to the back catalog of daily tips that may or may not help you. We've been around for many, many episodes, and there may be a tip in there for you that could help you on whatever it is that you're seeking help on. We appreciate you tuning into the show every day, including tomorrow when we're going to have a guest tip from Guest Tipper of the Month, Liz Hake.
Hello, Liz Hake. It's a Wednesday in April, and you, if you didn't know by now, are our guest tipper of the month. It is the 23rd, and what is today's tip going to be for the Tippendales out there?
Once it is financially possible, pay people to learn about their expertise. This is something that I started doing once it was a good financial decision, but I learned that yes, of course, Google University is always there. YouTube University is always there. But once you get to a certain point, investing in the people who have learned a skill really, really well is going to pay dividends on you getting better at that skill.
When did you feel that you were ready to do this?
Wow, that's a great question. I stopped for a while and I really went on my own journey of achieving more financial security and really trying to beef up my financial knowledge. And once I got to that point where I could see, all right, listen, this is a workable budget to add into my fixed costs. Once I could see that, I knew that if I could pay somebody and I could remove the weight on my own brain space, I would create more space for me to do more growing. And the first thing that I did, that was hiring a trainer, someone who does this and has a background in it. And I was able to invest in her knowledge and I benefited profusely.
I love this. Pay people for their labor and for their time. And when you can't, find a way to do it however you can. Compensate people for their time and energy.
Yes, I mean, skill trade then, right? There's skills that you have that someone else doesn't. And skill trade, there's so many ways to work around this.
I love this tip. Thank you for saying it. We will be back next week with Liz Hake for our final April guest tip. Ariel, I play a lot of mobile games, and I've tried to decipher the title of your next tip, and I've got nothing. Ariel, I'm going to read it for you, and then you're going to describe it to the Tippendales.
Go ahead.
It reads, mobile game reframe of mind when sitting through ads. Tippendales, your guess is as good as mine. Ariel, take it away.
Tippendales, if you understand this implicitly without me explaining, hit up the comments, let me know, but I'll get into it. I am a new mobile game player, and I would say that I am I am playing a lot of mobile games lately, and the ads for other mobile games they can be really frustrating, right? Like, it's like you're playing one thing and then you get an ad for another thing and you're like, okay, that looks interesting, but also skip ahead. I'm not willing to pay for these mobile games. So instead, what I've done is I've reframed my frame of mind when I am waiting and sitting through these ads. And what I've done is, did you know that you can play a lot of these mobile games in the ads? You can play the ads. So I just play the ads. And then sometimes, honestly, I get tripped up and I play the ad in the mobile game for the game that I'm playing. And I don't hate it at all, because all the while I'm listening to something that I enjoy. So that's my reframe. Thoughts?
I play a lot of mobile games, and those ads drive me a little crazy. And I've started keeping an eye out for games that obviously don't have ads. And if you have Apple Arcade, a bunch of the games you love are also on Apple Arcade, but ad-free. But the second thing, this is like my tip here, is look for games that can be played without Wi-Fi, because a lot of mobile games get tripped up on the subway because you go underground and then they're like spinning to load.
No ads. Yeah, so maybe we'll have more mobile game tips coming up shortly, because I think I'm going to really dive into this and start asking questions about people's favorite mobile games. We'll get a recommendation network going on. So more to come soon from daily mobile games that may or may not help you.
Ariel, I've got lists, so let's talk.
Awesome. Thank you, Ned. Thank you, Tipperdales. And we're back tomorrow with another episode. Ned, would you describe yourself as the world's #1 ceiling fan, aka fan of ceilings?
That's pretty good. Well, this is a tip on behalf of your ceiling fan, so
let's go.
Maybe. Today's tip doesn't really mean anything, but I was thinking the other day about the fact that when we put the ceiling fan into our bedroom back in 2021,
Who's we?
My wife and I.
Okay, because you said it like when we collectively
when we
the
collectively as
fan.
a human. When my wife and I added a ceiling fan to our bedroom, I think I could count on like my two hands how many times it's been turned off. Like, it's just constantly spinning. And I thought maybe your ceiling fan needs a break, but also you should stop it periodically to clean the rotors.
That's true.
So the 2-part tip here is, number 1, turn off your ceiling fan, give it a break. Number 2, while it's off, clean the rotors. And don't just run a duster up there, you'll throw dust everywhere. Put a pillowcase over the rotor, dust into the pillowcase. You don't send dust everywhere, you clean your ceiling fan, and it gets a little bit of a break. That's the tip of the day.
Yeah, that's the end of these tips for this week. Not even going to try to come up with a nice way to tie a bow on this. This is Friday, and we're back on Monday with another one. And we hope you go and check out our social medias in the meantime, and or go to dailytipspodcast.com to submit a tip of your own.